Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up. And it is Tuesday night at 8. So it is time for our live. And tonight I'm calling it Technique Tuesday because I have a couple of really cool and simple techniques to share with you. So if you are on, please let me know that you're here with me and we will get started momentarily. It's been a crazy day in my world. How about yours? Hi, Janine. Hey, Carol. Good to see you, ladies. Janine, how are you feeling? Hi, Sharon. Good to see you. Let's give another minute or two for folks to find me, and then we'll jump right in. But I do have two fun and easy techniques for you tonight. And we're going to be playing with some of the beautiful designer series paper that Stampin' Up just released here in January. So that'll be nice, right? Designer series paper always puts the card up a notch, I think. Once again, I love how I am the only one that stamps in my studio and yet things disappear from my table. Just always amazes me. The cards that are laying in front of me are January Just cards. And if you don't know what January Just cards means, that means with a minimum $35 product order, you will earn the card kits to make these projects. You do have to use the January hostess code that you see here. And again, it's a minimum $35 product order, and then you will receive the card kits. There's an in-person class on February 8th that if you're local to me, you are welcome to attend. And all the supplies will be there for you. And if you are long distance to me, then it's just a matter of you would need the stamps, the greetings really, because everything else on here is a designer paper, an embossed piece, a die cut piece, and maybe the birds, right? So that's kind of cool. You get 5 cards with envelopes, all the supplies, including the embellishments. Everything is die cut and embossed. We just can't do the stamping. So you would need to supply stamps for the cards if you're long distance. And we do ask for $4 postage to get those to you. Postage rates are going up again on, I think, what, the 22nd, I think is the date that I heard. Crazy. I still don't get mail on a regular basis. Hi, Verna. Hi, Betty. Good to see you guys. And then just another quick reminder, the Saying Thanks kit that was released here on January 5th. I still haven't ordered mine, but I intend to. But I think they're really cute. It is a non-stamping kit. So everything is provided that you need to create 9 cards, 3 each of 3 different designs. The greetings are even pre-printed for you. So you just, apply them where you would like them on the projects. Of course, there's instructions in there, but you can always do your own thing too, which I love. And it's only $13. So this is a great way to introduce kits. If you have friends that like to stamp, but they don't want to get involved in all the hoopla, then you can introduce them with this type of a kit. Or if you have young people in your life or older people who maybe don't have room for supplies, a great way to introduce kits and not have to worry about stamping. So that's always fun. I love those kinds of kits because they're quick and easy to do too. And then Paper Pumpkin this month. How cute is that? The subscription period is open now for Paper Pumpkin. If you're not already a member, then this would be a perfect time to give it a try because this really cute little set is coming. It coordinates beautifully with the Playing in the Rain bundle and the Rain or Shine Designer Series paper. It also has an add-on for Paper Pumpkin subscribers. We will be able to order a cute little die set, and it's just 2 dies. It's for the little frog and the little flowers, and it's $6. It's actually available in the store now. So if you're already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you don't have to wait for the kit to release on February 11th. You can grab those now and be all ready when your kit comes. If you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, well, now is a really good time to give it a try, because with a 3-month subscription, which is what I always recommend because it gives you a better flavor of what Paper Pumpkin's like than just a 1 month, you'll receive a free $50 celebration item. And then with a 6-month or a 12-month, the rewards go up from there. And actually with a 12-month, you also earn host rewards. So it's a great time to grab a prepaid subscription, get some free goodies from Saleabration. If you go the whole way to a 12-month, get some free hostess rewards. If you're already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you're just doing a monthly billing, think about doing the prepaid code during Saleabration. You know you're going to get it every month. Why not get that free celebration item with it as well, right? And I'll put my Paper Pumpkin link in the description of the video when we're done here. So if you don't already have a demonstrator you're working with and you want to try Paper Pumpkin, I'd love to welcome you to my Paper Pumpkin Posse party. All right. And then the last thing, just a quick reminder, got to show the blue machine, right? Love the blue. This is boho blue. It will be an upcoming in color for 23, 25. And they released this cute little mini boss, is what I call her, right? I haven't even opened the things yet, so it's nice and tight. With the dark gray, it's really cute. You can get this in your kit, right? So we always have a special kit, and I always think it's a great time to become a team member. But right now, you get the mini embossing machine and all the plates to go with it. And you get $175 in product of your choice for $129. If the blue isn't your thing, you can absolutely get the white machine. Same deal, $175 product of your choice, white machine, $129. Or if you already have a mini embosser and you think I don't need another one, grab $175 in product for $99. Would love to have you on the team. Long distance, close by, doesn't matter. We love our stamping friends. So keep that in mind as we move through Saleabration. We're already 2 weeks, right? Are we 2 weeks? Yeah, we're 2 weeks into it almost. Maybe a day shy. All right, so there's that. And then the last thing to talk about is the beautiful cards that we made last week. These were fun folds, right? This is a double front flap card. I love this. And I embossed this with our seashell embossing folder. Add a little wink of Stella. And then we did the fun fold double gate panel. So the winner of these is Corinne. And Corinne, I'm not sure if I saw you hop on yet, but congratulations to you. And I will probably get these in the mail towards the end of the week. I guess the next time I'm in my studio. So congratulations on that. All right. I think that is all the housekeeping, if you will. Let me show you our first card. And I'm hoping the camera will pick this up. I tried to change the angle of my camera tonight, so maybe we'll have a little bit better luck. Hey, Valerie. Oh, thank you for sharing, Betty. I so appreciate that. Guys, that really does help me. If you share the video, give me a thumbs up. All of those things help YouTube know that you like what you're seeing and allows me to continue to do what I do. So keep that in mind. Plus, you get entered into the drawings. So I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up or not, but I embossed this background with the Painted Posies embossing folder. And we're going to add a little extra something to that. And then this is the Regency Park Designer Series paper. And again, I'm betting the camera's not picking this up, but it almost has a linen look. There's like real tiny thin lines that run down through that pattern. And then, of course, the greeting is coming from the Charming Sentiments, wishing you the happiest birthday. And then this is the one that has all of the dies that cut around all of the greetings, right? So how cool is that? No fussy cutting. I'm going to pull that out while I have it open because that's the die we're going to need. And it has a few extras. It has some birthday candles in it, some flowers and stamens. So little dots. So it's a very cute set, stars and hearts. This one is, of course, in the annual catalog. Some of the other things that we're using on here are the new enamel dot essentials. And this comes in the white, as you see that I used on the card, as well as Crumb Cake and Night of Navy. And there's 3 sizes on here. So that's kind of cool as well. Love this. I love the shine to these, right? It's not like a rhinestone shine, but it definitely has a shine on the little gems. And what else did we use? Oh, we used this new ribbon. Love this ribbon too. This is the bordered ribbon, and it is of course Night of Navy, and that's got a really cool texture to it. Hopefully that's showing up as well, but I do like that ribbon. Let me show you the Regency Park patterns in case you haven't had a chance to see all of those. So this is very much focused around the blues, the mango melodies, the petal pinks, right? Flowers on one side, flowers on the other side, balmy blues. Really pretty. Polka dots. I don't know. Night of Navy seems to be really popular right now. Is that a color you guys like, Night of Navy? Hey, Tina. Good to see you. Oh, thank you guys. Thanks, Connie. Thanks, Sharon. I appreciate you sharing. I love this one. This one mimics the cane embossing folder. Of course, this, I think, yep, this is the one that we're using tonight. Just a couple more. Another cane image. That might be a dupe. Okay, so that is the Regency Park paper. Thank you to those of you that ordered the paper share. Some of you already picked them up today, and the rest will be going out in the mail or ready for pickup, hopefully by the end of the week. Sorry, I just had a wonderful dinner with a dear friend that I hadn't seen in a while, and we talked for a couple of hours, so my throat is just a little bit dry. All right, so let's make this pretty card, and let me show you this really cool technique. So we are using thick basic white as our card base. Give that a nice crease. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and then we crease that. And then we're going to take the balmy blue. This is 4 by 5 1/4. But you don't have to write these down. If you want to replicate the cards, the measurements will be in the description after the video is done. Give me about half hour, 15 minutes, half hour to make that happen for you. And I do that with all my live videos, so you can go back. If you're rewatching or you're watching after the fact, you'll find those measurements down below. This is a 3D embossing folder. I think it's important, excuse me, to have the 3D embossing folder for this technique. Hopefully you can see how deep, I mean, that is a nice deep impression on there. Now, I've taught you, or if you follow me, you've seen me show you how to, sorry guys, how to take your ink and ink up your embossing folder so that you get an impression with ink when you run it through. But with the white craft ink, which is what I'm going to use, this is a stickier ink. And sometimes it's harder to clean off of your embossing folders than our regular classic ink, which usually you can wipe fairly clean with a baby wipe, right? Or your chamois. So I didn't want to put my white craft ink on my embossing folder and have it be sticky. So all I'm going to do is take this and gently run it over my embossed image. Okay. And depending upon how wet your ink pad is, you might have to do it a couple of times. And what it's doing is it's highlighting the edges of the embossing. Can you see the difference? It's making it stand out just a little bit more than it did by itself. Just balmy blue on balmy blue, right? If you keep it perfectly flat, now I do have just a little hint of white there, and I'm not going to worry about that. But keeping it perfectly flat to the cardstock on a 3D embossed image allows you to do this. So hopefully you can see that difference with the white pulling that image out, right? That's showing up for you on camera. It's really quite cool. And of course, you could do this with other colors as well. If you wanted to add a Night of Navy background, you could do it with the Night of Navy. Although again, really, you can just ink up your embossing folder. But again, the basic white ink is stickier, so I try not to put that into my embossing folder. And, you know, look at it when you're done, make sure you got all the areas that you wanted. And I think that looks pretty good. Isn't that cool? And it's easy, guys. We like easies, right? That's what you tell me. You like the easy stuff. Although we like the harder stuff sometimes too, like the fun folds. Some of those take a little longer, but this is a quick technique. The craft white will stay wet for a little bit, but not smeary wet, right? I love that particular design with that technique on it as well. Then we have our Night of Navy layer and our Regency Park Designer Series paper. And I've got white ink on my hand, so I want to be careful working with the Night of Navy. All right, we're going to grab that real pretty ribbon that I shared with you, and we're going to wrap that around. I'm going to come up about an inch from the bottom. And just bring it across. Grab my scissors. So it's really just highlighting your embossed image, right? And we're going to go over the ends of our ribbon so we're sure it stays in place. And this can go on our card front. Okay. Now I could cover that up by going this way. What do you think? Should I do that or just leave it as it is? Maybe our greeting will cover it up actually. Oh yeah, the greeting will take care of it. All right, so we're gonna stamp the happiest, wishing you the happiest birthday. And we are doing that in Night of Navy ink. And I just have scrap white here. I'm going to grab that die that I pulled out from Charming Sentiments and line that up and run that through the die cut machine. But, you know, I got to use my Post-it note tape, right? So we're going to do that. So this is, if you haven't seen me use this before, this is just called Post-it note tape. I get it off of Amazon. They have all different widths, so get the width that you think you're going to enjoy working with the most. But because we don't have the magnetic plate for the die cutting machine right now, this works wonders to hold it in place so that you get a nice clean cut. And it's reusable, right? So it will hold, it's tacky for several cuts. So I just pull it off and I'll put this on the side of my die cutting machine so it's ready for the next time. And there's our greeting. Put that back in my magnetic bowl so I don't lose it, because things do have a tendency to disappear in my studio. I'm not going to tell you how long today I spent looking for my glasses. I have two pairs of glasses. One that I wear when I'm live with you guys and I'm designing, and one that I wear for driving. And I needed the ones that I was going to be driving with tonight. couldn't find them anywhere. And of course they were right here on the table. Put a couple dimensionals on the back of that. And if you don't want a fussy cut, you don't have to. You can, or not fussy cut, but, well, shoot, I forgot I didn't tape that down. Let's do that. If you don't want to die cut, you could just stamp, you know, take the Night of Navy and take a layer of basic white and stamp it. I do like this pattern a lot though. And then we're going to grab those dots and or take your pick tool. And I'm going to take one of the large ones. So I might need the pointy end tonight to get in under it. Take one of the large ones and put it in the center of the space that I have for our ribbon. And then I'm going to do 2 of the medium size. And now I think I can come in with this. Yeah. Wait, stay. It doesn't want to stick. There we go. So there's the front of our card. I love that everything coordinates so beautifully. And then on the inside, I'm going to put wishing you the happiest birthday because you deserve it. You should always stamp the inside greetings first. Why do I say that? Because especially if you're doing basic white, right? You're like, oh man, I got everything put on and now I mess up the greeting. So I'm probably jinxing myself even as I'm telling you this. But if I had not mounted my card front to the front of the basic white and I did mess it up, I could flip it, put my card front on here and I'd have a whole new white section to work with, right? I know you guys know that because you've been around. All right. So fingers are crossed. I'm hoping the cardstock is straight because you totally deserve it. Looks pretty straight. Cute. Thank you guys. So I call that the swipe technique in case you want a name for it. I just swipe the ink over the embossed image. Okay. All right, so that is project number 1. Gather a few of my pieces and parts up here so I can make room for project number 2. The other one that we're going to play with, and I think we played with this. I don't know, did we do a card with this last week? Time flies, right? This is the Favorite Flowers Designer Series paper. This is the Designer Series paper that you can get for free with a $50 product order. This is one of them, while supplies last. I should say that, guys. Saleabration, all the products in Saleabration are while supplies last. So it doesn't necessarily mean that on February 28th, if you decide you want to get Favorite Flowers Designer Series paper, that it's still going to be available. It doesn't mean that it won't, but there's not a guarantee. So everything is while supplies last. But these are our patterns. We've got some Calypso Coral, some Evening Evergreen, of course, some Basic Black for the backgrounds, Calypso Coral, really cool geometric pattern there. Blackberry Bliss for the purples, Pale Papaya. And there are dies in the coordinating bundle that's in the mini catalog that allows you to cut some of these images out. This piece and this piece can all be cut out. Fresh Freesia. Love the purple roses. There's our Blackberry Bliss. Pale Papaya, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, and then an Evening Evergreen pattern, and then more of the Fresh Freesia and Blackberry Bliss together, and an Evening Evergreen pattern. So very pretty paper, one of my favorites, excuse me, in the catalog right now. And here's the card. So there's a couple of different ways that you can stamp and emboss in every color that Stampin' Up offers. But there's not necessarily that many ways that you can emboss, heat emboss on Basic Black in anything other than what our embossing powder colors are, right? So white, gold, silver, etc. But I'm going to show you a way that you can get pretty much almost every color that Stampin' Up offers on black cardstock. And I left this one blank on the inside because this is a friendship card. You'll see another one. I think it's the same greeting coming up on your Freebie Friday. If you're a subscriber to my newsletter, I do a Freebie Friday project every Friday. It comes out in my newsletter. So if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. I'll have the link below so that you can get those project sheets. But these are what I call non-traditional Galentine, right? Not Valentine, Galentine cards. So these are the types of cards that you can send to your girlfriends that are, you know, show up in your life and are there for you and you're there for them and just make your life better, because life is better with friends like them, right? Okay, so we have Basic Black 5.5 by 8.5. Crease that. Another quick one too. Here is our designer series paper. We're actually going to use the Blushing Bride side. It almost kills you to cover up those pretty flowers. And then I just use a piece of black cardstock. If you don't have the color ribbon that you need for your project, just use a piece of cardstock, right? It does the same. I mean, you're not making a bow with it, obviously, but if really what you're looking for is a strip, you can accomplish that with just the cardstock. Okay, then pull out that particular bundle, which I did not put. Oh, it's right here. Oh my goodness, where did I put that? So this is the Fragrant Flowers stamp set, and my dies are not in there. So let me grab the dies quick. We're going to go ahead and die cut this particular image out. This is what happens when you pre-pack for club. I have stamp club tomorrow night and Friday, so my club kits are packed, and we're actually using these dies in club this month too. But these are the Fragrant Flowers. They coordinate with the Fragrant Flowers stamp set. Oh, did you notice? Fragrant Flower stamp set and Fragrant Flower dies. How much do we love that? I love that. We had been asking for that for quite a while. So again, you can cut the small flower out, whether it's stamped or out of the designer series paper. You've got some labels here, some really cool geometric backgrounds, some leaves, and even the little individual flower buds, right? We're going to use the large one. That was my trial run at a flower. I didn't like it, but I didn't throw it away either. Anybody else do that? Didn't really turn out the way I wanted it, but I'm not willing to throw it away yet either. Maybe I can do something with it, right? So see how nicely this lines up on here to die cut those images out. I'm going to take that to the machine. And I don't bring the machine in, guys, simply because I don't want to rock the camera. So it just sits right here to my right. Or my left. Yeah, I know my left from my right. How about you? To my left. And makes it easily accessible for me without having to rock your world. I'll throw away the scrap that was around it. And there's our flower. And it's cool when we die cut from the paper because instead of a white edge, which is what we usually get when we stamped an image, right? We actually get a nice black edge around there. So that's a little bit different as well. We'll put that away before it wanders off even further than it did when I went looking for it, right? And then we're using one of my favorite embellishments, the flat adhesive backed pearls. I am in love with this particular embellishment. So we're going to go ahead and mount our flower with dimensionals. Dimensionals on there to give it some lift. I don't have my lines drawn. Usually I draw lines on the back of my dimensionals so that I know when I pulled the backing off when it's on my piece. And for some reason I didn't draw them this time. So I'm going to put that right there. Colors are so pretty together. And then, now this is somebody you really do love a lot, right? Because we're going to give them lots of embellishments. We're going to give them a combination of the large flat back pearls and the smaller ones. And again, even though I'm doing that the whole way across there, I'm staying with my odd number of embellishments, right? We've talked about odds versus even numbers and why we do it the way we do it. This is blank, as I said. This is for you to write a message in. Could be a thank you card, could be a Galentine card, whatever you like. Thinking of you. Then we're going to grab the something fancy. I don't think I make a card these days that I don't use either the dies or the, oh, thank you, Verna. Oh, thanks, Connie. Thank you, Tina. That I don't use some portion of something fancy, whether it's the dies or whether it's the words, right? It is a fabulous, fabulous bundle. We're going to take one of the little label dies. Love these. Just lots of fun there. Lots of uses. We're going to stamp and now somebody, there it is. Now somebody walked off with my Versamark, but it's right here. So I've got an embossing buddy. This is just a piece of scrap. Okay. We're going to stamp our greeting, which is, again, that life is better with friends like you. And if you're wondering what stamp set that came out of, it came out of Flowers of Friendship. It is a great little set. Many thanks from all of us. Little cards, big thank, or little card, big thanks. Thank you for everything. And then the images. And of course, there's a punch that coordinates with those flower images. So we're going to ink that up. I like the boldness of this font for the technique that we're going to do. We're going to stamp that kind of in the center so we can get our label around it to die cut it out. But before we do that, we're going to heat set it. Now I'm using white embossing powder. This is in the Basics stack. What are your thoughts on the embossing powders being in stacks now rather than sold singularly? I'm curious. Do you like the stacks? Do you like the singles? And of course, you could change that greeting to match whatever situation that you wanted it to. And you don't have to keep it as a friendship card. But like I said, it could be a thank you, a thinking of you, a get well, even a birthday, right? All right, now my heat tool is going to come on, and so you tell me that the sound starts and then it goes away and you can still hear me. So let's find out. So I hold the heat tool in one spot until I start seeing the embossing powder melt or my fingers burn, whichever comes first. And I don't have my clothespin here. Somehow that walked away. So, but I can start to see that change. And I think we got it. And it is important that it's fully heat set when you do this technique. Hi, Jen. So let me just double check it, get a little closer to my eyeballs. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. So you can take whatever blend color, Stampin' Blend color that you would like. You can also do this with Stampin' Right markers. Takes a little longer for it to dry. You kind of have to set it aside, make sure it's dry before you do anything more with it. The alcohol blend dries almost immediately. I will tell you that you're going to be happier with the outcome of darker colors than you are the lighter shades. So like this is dark Calypso Coral. I tried it with light Calypso Coral. It was very light because the white is going to be underneath it, right? So it lightens it even more. Plus with my eyesight, I need the dark color for me to really see it, to really see it. So I take the blood, you could take the brush, and we're going to color. And because it's black, if you fall off of the embossed piece, letter, whatever, it doesn't really show up. So you can do this on Basic Black, you can do this on Early Espresso, any of your dark colored cardstocks that you really don't want to use gold, silver, or just plain white, because of course those will work as well. Like you saw, we have the better, life is better with friends like you. But I wanted to tie it more into the flower colors. And it doesn't really take that long. Of course, the bigger your greeting, the longer it will take. So this way you can emboss in practically any color that Stampin' Up offers on your dark colored cardstock. It doesn't just have to be those three basic core colors, right? And then let it dry a little bit before you touch it, before you play with it, and see how that went from white to that real pretty coral color, which is going to tie in beautifully, as you can see on this card, with our flower to the left of it. What do you think? Have you done that technique before? And then I'm just going to cut it out with the label. I'm going to try to center it in there, top to bottom and side to side. And again, my Post-it note tape is my friend. We all like those quick and easy techniques that can add just a little bit of pop to what we're working on. Make it a little bit different than our standard, right? I mean, we could have put a black layer behind a white layer and just stamped it in the Calypso Coral. But this way you have the raised image that is the effect of the heat embossing with color. And if you see that you need to go back, you can always go back and touch up if you've got some spots where it's still a little white, like the tip of the F here I see, and the E. And you can go over it a couple of times and really darken it up too, if that's what you want to do. Or, you know, add just a random variety of color on it. As for that matter, you could do a rainbow. And we'll pop that on with dimensionals as well. Reminds me of a traffic light. Now I've got to design a card with a traffic light. Problem is tomorrow morning when I wake up, I won't remember the traffic light idea. And there we go. There is project number 2 with the technique of creating embossing on dark cardstock with any, practically, I shouldn't say any, because we don't have blends in every color, but practically every color that SU offers. And then here was our other one, which I called the swipe technique. I don't know, there might be another name for it out there, but I love the way it highlights and adds just a little bit more depth and texture to our card by putting that basic white color on there. But again, you could do it with other colors as well. Okay. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And thanks so much for hanging out with me and commenting. Make sure you give me the thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. And then you can ring the bell. That way you'll be notified when I'm live or when I happen to load another video. I also have an active presence over on my Facebook page that includes 2 lives a week, one on Sunday night at 8 and one on Thursday mornings at 10. Sunday night is usually some form of simple stamping, and Thursday morning is coffee and cards, where we feature a bundle, a product, a paper, or something like that for all the projects. So I hope you'll join me over there as well. If you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with, I'd love to help you with your stamping journey, whether it be as a customer, if you have a question, or if you're thinking that, hey, maybe I want to grab that great deal and get that kit, just let me know. All right, guys. Hey, have a great rest of your week and be safe. And I hope to see you next Tuesday. Thanks so much. Bye.